Some of the strongest nootropics are uridine, moda, phenylpiracetam, bromantane, nicotine, CDP, choline. What do all of these have in common? It's that they increase dopamine in the striatum, and I'll explain why that is important. The striatum is an important part of the brain that is very essential for goal-directed behavior, for action and reward. And it's oftentimes dysfunctional in ADHD, leading to a separation from the intention and the action. I personally believe striatal dopamine release, particularly in the nucleus accumbens, is the key to motivation. And this is why you see such a massive overlap between compounds that increase motivation and compounds that increase dopamine release in the striatum, is because this part of the brain is very important for that. And the striatum is mainly divided into two parts: the ventral striatum and the dorsal striatum. The ventral striatum is a lot more geared towards action, learning, cognition, physical movements. So if you increase activity in this area of the brain, it's hard to do anything except be motivated. Obviously, it's a simplification, except it's a good simplification. So some compounds that do this is skullcap, uridine, modafinil, resveratrol, CDP, choline, bromantane, ginkgo biloba, St. John's wort, pregnenolone, bitartrate, nicotine, rhodiola, ashwagandha, EGCG, which is an acronym for a green tea extract. The strongest, in my opinion, would be uridine, bromantane, phenylpiracetam, moda, and pregnenolone. And as a side note, you'll get stronger, more immediate effects if you take these compounds in a powder form subliminally underneath the tongue, because it will allow it to enter your bloodstream faster, giving you stronger and quicker effects. And if you've liked this video, please consider subscribing and check out my free ebook about 87 ways to increase dopamine. A stack focusing on this part of the brain would include bromantane 25 milligrams, triacetyluridine 25 milligrams, pregnenolone 5 milligrams subliminally, nicotine 2 milligrams in gum or a lozenge, and alpha GPC is a choline source at 150 milligrams. This stack would definitely be overkill for some, except for others it'll be very good and very efficacious. And you could swap out bromantane for phenylpiracetam or moda if you wanted more stimulation, or you naturally have a higher stimulant tolerance. So for motivation, you basically want to increase your mental energy so you have more available resources to devote the task at hand. Some different ways that you could do this: you could increase mitochondria function, which is very much the powerhouse of this cell, which will increase our mental energy because it increases our energy as a whole. And even so much that mitochondria dysfunction has been sprouted as the root cause of a lot of neurodegenerative diseases, because it is very important for our overall cognitive functioning. And some different ways that you could do this is by consuming beef heart, cylindrosol solution, coenzyme Q10 plus silagite to improve its bioavailability, an overall low inflammation diet, methylene blue, Alcar, alpha lipoic acid, PQQ. Next, you could look at testosterone and DHT, which is very much the cousins to dopamine in that they share a lot of similar effects to mood, memory, and motivation. Some common ways that you can increase testosterone is by consuming beef organs, particularly beef liver or beef testicles, funnily enough. Silagite, Tongat Ali, Cistanche tuberosa, fenugreek, ZMA, so zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Magnesium as a whole, vitamin D3, resistant movements, HIIT, high intensity interval training, Tribulus terrestrius, cold exposure, apigenin, among many other things. And then finally, you could look at histamine, and particularly histamine antagonists. This is commonly how caffeine works, in that it blocks adenosine, producing a stimulant effect, and that you can do the same thing for histamine in that you block it, producing a stimulant effect. And if you've enjoyed this video, check out this video where I talk about the best Adderall alternatives ranked from weakest to strongest. So that video should just be up on screen right now.